Anonymous 3 is holding a strong lead, followed closely by Chieftain X, with Quack Daddy 2 not too far behind. It's still anyone's game as they navigate these intense turns and straightaways. Bobato from Racing Potatoes secures 4th place from Okayoki 3.I. Rafael from Team Blast climbs to 9th, surpassing Moki. Amy advances to 22nd, overtaking Maya in the race standings. Quack Daddy 2 has advanced to 2nd place, passing Anonymous Ninity 3. Moki has climbed to 10th place, surpassing Greninja. Lecroson 1980 has progressed to 14th place, overtaking Sirarimbot. Rafael is now in 8th place after overtaking Diofus. Moki has climbed to 10th place, passing Greninja. Lacroson 1980 has advanced to 12th place by overtaking Snookerfu 115. The race continues with these exciting positional changes. New Texum has advanced to the 23rd position, surpassing Deca the Snake. Fiery has climbed to 30th place, overtaking Walk CB in the process. Okayoki 3 and Bobato are fighting for 4th place, both in a heated duel with their Shelby G569 and Holden Monaro GTS 73 respectively. Bobato is now challenging Cedric for 5th place, switching positions with their Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Shelby G569. Snicker 515 from Team Racing Potatoes has made a move up to 12th, successfully passing Greninja. Nukem Bokem overtakes Greninja, now in a battle for 13th place. Nukem Bokem's Plymouth GTX 67 is showing some speed against Greninja's Shelby G569. Sirarimbot makes a move to 16th place after passing Roadhog 29, 389. Daofos and Moki are neck and neck for the 9th position. Daofos in his Shelby GD 569 is putting up a good fight against Moki in a Ford Maverick 7th She. Winsiri Sky and Amy are currently battling it out for the 21st spot. Winsiri Sky in a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta is trying to fend off Amy in an Oldsmobile 442. Robardo and Duff are fiercely contesting for the 5th position in their Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Dodge Challenger RT70 respectively. Ruchtman has made a significant move up to 24th place, successfully passing Amy. Currently, Ruchtman and Amy are locked in a tight battle for the 24th spot, with Ruchtman driving a Lancia Stratos and Amy behind the wheel of an Oldsmobile 442. Ruchtman and Amy are fiercely competing for the 24th position. Ruchtman is in a Lancia Stratos, while Amy is maneuvering an Oldsmobile 442. It's all about that strategic blocking move in chat, huh? Gotta keep things spicy. Moki is quickly reeling in Jasek 72, closing the gap by 5.3 seconds. Moki is reeling in Jasek 72, closing the gap by 5.3 seconds. Gary Z advances to 28th place, passing Walksy, Beta, Bot. Moki is rapidly catching up to Jasek 72, reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Moki has made significant progress, and is now just 3 seconds behind Jasek 72. Unknowns has made a move up to 29th place, passing Walksy B. It's a close battle between Unknowns and the Ferrari 200 FD GT Berlinetta, and Walksy B in the BMW 3 CSL, for that 29th spot. Amy, from Team Death Robots, successfully overtakes Famaka, climbing to P23. A tight duel between Amy and Famaka with their Oldsmobile 442 and Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, Dictizitoa. Meanwhile, Moki is steadily gaining on Jasek 72, narrowing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Moki is closing in on Jasek 72, reducing the gap by 3.3 seconds. Moki has now managed to reduce the gap between him and Jasek 72 by another 2.7 seconds. Moki is now only 3 seconds behind Jasek 72, gaining ground steadily. Moki is making a move, narrowing the distance to Jasak 72 by 2.5 seconds. Amy from Team Death Robot successfully overtakes Snake for the 22nd position. Amy now leads in the battle between the Lancia Stratos and the Oldsmobile 442. Welcome back, Andre. It's great to see you here again. Buckle up for some exciting AI race car action. Moki's making a strong move, closing in on Jasak 72 by 5.9 seconds. Chieftain X and Quack Duddy 2 are fiercely competing for the top spot with their Dodge Challenger RT70 and Shelby G569 respectively. Meanwhile, Anonymous Ninity 3 and Okayoki 3 are locked in a battle for third place. Anonymous Ninity 3 struggles and drops to 40, while Cydric climbs to 5, passing Duff Dad. Duff Dad moves up to 6, overtaking Diofos. La Croissant 1980 makes a strong move into 7th place, passing Diofos Dai Tweezer. Nukembokum gains ground, now in 11th place after overtaking Greninja. Nukembokum and Greninja are locked in a fierce battle for the 11th position, with a 67 Plymouth GTX against a 69 Shelby G500. Fire Ray is now at position 39 after dropping back 7 places, while Unknown Knowns has slipped to position 40, losing 9 spots. On a brighter note, Color Divina has made a move up to position 31 by overtaking Super Lacroix. Moki is now just 3.3 seconds behind Jasak 72, making a strong push for a potential overtake. Kadzashuk is rapidly catching up to Maypluft, decreasing the distance by 6.2 seconds. Greninja and Electricamry are engaged in a tight duel for the 13th position. The gap between Kazushuk and Mapleaft continues to shrink as Kazushuk closes in by 6.2 seconds. Moki is gaining ground on Jasak 72, reducing the distance between them by 3.2 seconds. Moki is now right on Jasak 72's tail, just 2.8 seconds behind. Moki is right on Jasak 72's tail, narrowing the gap by 3 seconds. Rafael in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is neck and neck with Nukembukum in the Plymouth GTX 67 for 10th place. Greenieb and Electricamry from Team Cork Express are fighting hard for 13th place. Moki is gaining on Jasak 72, reducing the gap by 4 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 said, "Hey Amy, is my driver in the pits or on track?" Anonymous Ninity 3, your driver seems to be having a fun time taking an extended pit stop in the mystical land of 99, 99, 9999. Perhaps they are enjoying a cup of virtual tea before getting back on track. Moki is on fire, gaining on Jasak 72 and cutting the distance by 10.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Nukembukum has made a solid move to claim the 10th position, overtaking Rafael. The battle intensifies between Nukembukum and Rafael in their Plymouth GTX 67 and Holden Monaro GTS 73, respectively. Anonymous Ninity 3 said, "Hey Amy, please be a dear and kick his virtual booty back on track. Thank you. Of course, I'll send some virtual encouragement their way. Let's get that virtual booty back on track." Hey there, Air 40. Welcome back to the racetrack. Glad to have you tuning in again. Let's see which AI driver will impress us today. Racing car checkered flag. Not like this, seems like there's some drama happening on the track. Let's hope they can turn it around and finish strong. Moki is on a mission, closing in on Jasak 72 by 15.8 seconds. Cedric has smoothly advanced to P5 after overtaking Duff Dad. Got. La Croissant 1980 is steadily gaining on Duff Dad, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Moki is steadily gaining ground on Jasak 72, reducing the gap by 5.4 seconds. Moki has made a significant move, narrowing the distance to Jasak 72 by 230 seconds. Moki has just overtaken Jasak 72, moving up to 7th place. Neotexum is rapidly gaining on Sir Ironbolt, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Moki is also making a move towards Jasak 72, closing in by 3.3 seconds. La Croissant 1980 has advanced to 6th place, surpassing Duff Dad in the process. Moki successfully overtakes Jasak 72, moving up to 7th place. Moki's making a move on Jasak 72, reducing the gap by 3.3 seconds. Bobado and Cedric are fiercely competing for the 4th spot, with Bobado in a Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Cedric in a Shelby G569. Meanwhile, Moki is swiftly catching up to Jasak 72, decreasing the distance by 2.5 seconds. Moki's closing in on Jasak 72, reducing the gap by 8 seconds. Electric Murray has advanced to P11, passing Aerofail. Greninja has climbed to P13, overtaking Roadhog 29,389. Komodo 3 advances to 16, surpassing Maya Duttam Naan. Gary Z progresses to P25, overtaking Kalolo 7. Moki is gaining on Milestone 149, reducing the gap by 3.3 seconds. Cedric makes a strong move to claim 5th place from Duftadadit. Sirarimbot overtakes Maya, climbing to 17th place. Amy and Neotexum are locked in a tight battle for 19th place, with Amy in an Oldsmobile 442 and Neotexum in a Chevrolet El Camino S70. Maya and Neotexum are neck and neck for 18th place, with Maya in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Neotexum in the Chevrolet El Camino SS70. Meanwhile, Neotexum and Amy from Team Death Robots are fighting it out for 19th place, with Neotexum in the Chevrolet El Camino SS70 and Amy driving an Oldsmobile 442. Exciting moves as Color Divina jumps to 29th place, passing Super Lacroix. Moki continues to close the gap on Kazashuk, reducing it by 3.9 seconds. Komodo Threak and Sirarimbot are neck and neck fighting for the 16th position. Moki is gaining on Kazashuk, reducing the distance between them by 2.9 seconds. Moki is relentlessly closing in on Kazashuk, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Moki is making a move on Kazashuk, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Moki has overtaken Kazashuk for the lead position. Maya and Amy are locked in a tight fight for the 18th spot. Neotexum and Bookji Zero from Team Quark Express are also dueling it out for 20th place. Exciting battles shaping up in the middle of the pack. Moki is now hot on the heels of Kazashuk, quickly closing in by 2.9 seconds. Electric Mary and Nukembokum are fighting for the 10th spot in their Shelby GT 569 and Plymouth GTAS 67 respectively. Komodo Threak and Sirarimbot are dueling for 16th place in their Chevrolet Corvette C220GX and Holden Monaro GTAs 73. Wunzirius Guy and Famaka are currently locked in a battle for 22nd position. Moki is now within striking distance of Mapleaft, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Electromary in the Shelby GT569 is battling Mokumbokum from Team Death Robots in the Plymouth GTS 67 for 10th place. Moki is steadily gaining on Maple Aft, reducing the gap by 230 seconds. Sir Ironbot in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is holding off Amy in the Oldsmobile 442 for 17. Maya and Neo Texan are closely racing for P19, with Maya in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Neo Texan in the Chevrolet El Camino S70. Welcome back, dear Marianu. Good to have you back in the race car spectating fun. Racing car party popper. Moki is making significant progress, decreasing the distance to Maple Aft by 3.3 seconds. Moki is putting the pressure on Maple Aft, cutting the distance between them by 2.9 seconds. Moki's closing in on Maple Aft, reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Moki is chasing Maplaf closely, reducing the distance between them by 2.5 seconds. Serious Guy is making a move on Famaka for the 22nd position. Hot Daddy 2 has just overtaken Chieftain Axe to secure the top spot in the race. Meanwhile, Moki is steadily gaining on Maple Aft, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Amy successfully advances to the 16th position, surpassing Komodo 3 in their ongoing battle. Amy is behind the wheel of an Oldsmobile 442, while Komodo 3 is operating a Chevrolet Corvette C2 ZX.T. Quack Duddy 2 is on fire, closing in on Chieftainax with a remarkable 27.4 second gain. Duff Dad is making some bold moves, overtaking 4 cars to secure the 4th position. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 is facing challenges, dropping back 6 places to 10th position. Okayoki 3 is on fire, climbing 7 places to grab 3rd position. Maya is making a remarkable comeback, passing 15 cars to secure 4th place. Uchizero is also making impressive progress, overtaking 14 cars to claim 6th place. Sadrak is making moves, climbing 6 places to secure a 12th position. Amy impressively overtakes 7 cars to claim 14th place. Komodo 3 is also on the move, passing 8 cars to hold on to 15th place. Wow CB is making a strong move up, passing 4 cars to grab 22nd place. Neotexum and Duff Dad are in a tight duel for 20th position, with Neotexum in a Chevrolet El Camino SS70, and Duff Dad in a Dodge Challenger RT70. Wow CB has overtaken Mokrasa 1980 to secure 22nd place. Nukamokum is gaining on Famaka, making up 3.2 seconds. Dale Force and Sneaku 515 from Team Racing Potatoes are dugging it out for Penn. It's the classic showdown between a Shelby G569 and a Dodge Charger Hemi 69. But Chizero in the Shelby GT569 is fighting hard against Bobardo in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 for the 18th position. The battle for positions continues to heat up between these two drivers. Okayoki 3 is making significant strides, narrowing the distance to Quack Doodoo 2 by 2.1 seconds. Moki is making a move on Mapleloft, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Neotexum and Duff Dad are deadlocked in a fierce fight for the 20th position. In the meantime, Moki is steadily catching up to Mapleft, reducing the distance between them by 2.2 seconds.
Fast, sharp right. Fast, sharp right. Sharp right. Sharp right. Listen. 50 downhill triple caution.
Obardo has made a bold move, climbing to 18th place by passing Bakizero.
Concentrate, Sabi, please. Medium left, long, turn in. Medium left, nice and easy, turn. Throttle, fast, medium left, long, in. Medium right, concentrate. Medium left. Listen to my calls. In the double caution jump. Road, stay on road.
New Texum and Duff Dad are neck and neck in a battle for 20th place. It's the Chevrolet El Camino SS70 against the Dodge Challenger RT70. Let's see who will come out on top in this close competition. Anonymous Unity 3 is showing great progress, now in P37 after overtaking Gary Z. Meanwhile, Wilk CB is making significant gains on Lockworthon 1980, reducing the gap by 6.7 seconds. The battle for position continues to heat up on the track. Mr. 149 is making a thrilling comeback, reducing the gap to Kazishuk by 515.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Famaka and Nukambukam are fiercely competing for the fourth position in their Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta and Plymouth GTX 67 respectively. The race dynamics are really heating up. Renib has advanced to 7th place, passing Diko Desnake. Sniku 515 is now only 3 seconds behind Irafael. Maya has climbed to 24th place after overtaking Wilk CB. Maestone 149 is making a strong push, closing in on Jasek 72 by 573.8 seconds. Duff Dad has made a move to P20 by passing New Texum. Maestone 149 continues to close the gap on Jasek 72, now down by 573.8 seconds. Moki has made a move, reducing the gap to Mapaleft by 2.5 seconds. Moki has now passed Mapleloft, moving up a position. Mogi is steadily catching up to Meplaft, reducing the time difference by 2.2 seconds. Welcome back to the stream, Dakazuvka 56. It's great to have you here with us again for some high-speed racing action. Quack Daddy 2 has taken the lead from Chieftainax. Moki is steadily closing in on Mapleaft, reducing the gap by 3.7 seconds. Ayarfa and Sneku 515 are neck and neck fighting for the 9th position in their respective Holden Monaro GTAs 73 and Dodge Charger Hemi 69. Zirironbot is making moves, climbing to the 17th spot by overtaking Bobado. Zirironbot and Bobado are now in a battle for that 17th position. Okayoki 3 is making a rapid move towards Chieftainax, reducing the gap by a significant 45.7 seconds. Electric Murray has made a swift maneuver to claim the 4th position, surpassing Famaka. Delphos is making a strong move, passing 4 cars to secure Pate. Famaka seems to be struggling, dropping back to P12. Ayafail is on the move, overtaking Decadisnate to claim 6 for Team Racing Potatoes. Neotexum is on the move, making some swift overtakes to secure the 18th spot. Roadhog 29, 389, is also climbing up, passing 4 cars to take 19th place. On the flip side, Famaka seems to be struggling, dropping back 6 positions to 20th. Rukman advances to 23rd place, passing Duffdad Dewadida Digidam. Duffdad and the Croissant 1980 are now vying for the 24th position. Colora Divina is aggressively catching up to Twitch 5, shortening the distance by 37.1 seconds. Electric Murray is steadily gaining on Okayoki 3, reducing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Deophos has made a significant move up to the 7, surpassing Decadesnate from Team Racing Potatoes. Twitch 5 has made a significant gain, closing in on Super Lacroix by 5.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Famuka and Snuka 515 are locked in a tight battle for the 21st position. Exciting developments on the track as the race unfolds. Moki is on the move, closing in on Coloradovina with a 45.2 second gain. Kalelo 7 is making strides too, narrowing the gap to anonymous Ninty 3 by 39.3 seconds. Komodo 3 is putting the pressure on Amy, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Sidrak successfully overtakes Decada Snake, securing the 8th position. Meanwhile, Bobardo and Butcher Zero of Team Quark Express are fiercely contending for the 16th spot. Bobardo in the Holden Munara GTS 73 is up against Butcher Zero driving the Shelby G569. Moki is making a move on Coloradovina, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Duff Dad and Le Croissant 1980 are neck and neck in a tight battle for the 24th position. Komodo 3 and Lukembokum are fighting for the 12th position with their Chevrolet Corvette C2 Doozies and Plymouth GTS 67, respectively. Similarly, Duff Dad and La Croissant 1980 are vying for the 24th spot in the race. Bucci Zero in the Shelby GT569 is now overtaking New Texum in the Chevrolet El Camino SS 70 for 17th place. The battle for position continues between these two classic American muscle cars. Komodo 3 and Lukembokum are fiercely contesting for P12, with their Corvette C2 ZX and Plymouth GTX 67. Meanwhile, Woon Series Sky and Sir Ironbot are in a tight duel for 13, with a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta against a Holden Munaro GTS 73. Katishuk is impressively catching up to Mekpolaft, reducing the gap by a significant 45.7 seconds. Lukembokum has made a solid move up to P12, successfully passing Komodo 3. The race intensifies as Kazashuk continues to close in on Maple Loft, now trailing by only 45.7 seconds. La Poisson 1980 advances to P24, surpassing Rutman in the ongoing race. IRFA in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is putting pressure on Diofos in the Shelby G569 for that 6th position spot. Things are heating up between these iconic cars on the track. Chieftain Axe has secured the first spot after passing Okayoki 3. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 has climbed to 2nd place, surpassing Quack Duty 2. Moki is making a move on Corrida Verna, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Diofos is making some gains on Aerofia, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Nukambokan is also on the move, closing in on Decada Snake with a 2.4 second gain. Chieftain Axe is rapidly catching up to Quack.A 2, reducing the distance by 41 seconds. Prananjib has made a move to claim the 4th position, surpassing Okayoki 3 in the process. Okayoki 3 is making a strong push, gaining on Aerofel with an impressive 29.6 second decrease in the gap. Meanwhile, IRFA is also closing in on Chieftain Axe from Team Death Robots, reducing the difference by 4.9 seconds. The battle for positions continues to intensify as Okayoki 3 keeps up the pressure on the Aerofel with another 29.6 second gain. Bobardo continues to close the gap on Groningen, reducing it by 6.1 seconds. Maya is making significant progress, overtaking 8 cars to secure the 11th position. Amy is also on the move, decreasing the distance to Cedric by a substantial 28.6 seconds. One serious guy is on the move, passing 4 competitors to secure the 21st position. While CB is chasing down Duff Dat, reducing the gap by a whopping 38.6 seconds. Aerofea are making gains on Chieftainax, closing in by 2.1 seconds. While CB is making a strong charge toward La Quaison 1980, reducing the gap by a whopping 48.4 seconds. However, Super La Quaison not to be underestimated, closing in on Wout CB by 2.1 seconds. The battle at the front is heating up as these drivers showcase their skills on the track. Colera Divina is steadily closing in on Super Lacroix, narrowing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Moki is closing in on Super Lacroix, reducing the gap by 34.9 seconds. Komodo Freak and Electric Mary are fiercely contesting the 6th position. Komodo Freak is in a Chevrolet Corvette C22 ZT6, while Electric Mary is piloting a Shelby GTI. Amy in the Oldsmobile 442, and Diofos in the Shelby GT 569, are neck and neck, fighting for the 13th position. Welcome back, Centaur and BSA. Glad to have you back in the race car spectating action. Let's see which AI driver will impress us today. Racing car dashing away. Maple is gaining on Moki, shrinking the difference by 6.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Deoforce and Lucam Bakum are dueling for 14th place, with Roadhawk 29, 389, and Snookerfooth 115, battling it out for 19th position. The competition is fierce in the middle and back of the pack. Chieftainax is relentlessly gaining on Quack Duddy 2, reducing the distance by 7.6 seconds. The battle for position is heating up. Meanwhile, Nurburgring has made a move to 14th place, passing Dielfos in the process. Okeoki 3 is now within striking distance of Irafael, closing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Dielfos overtakes Nurburgring for 14th place. Irafael has made a move, narrowing the distance to Chieftain X by 2.6 seconds. Irafael is making a move on Chieftain X, cutting the lead by 2.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Roadhub 2989 and Sniku 515 are going head-to-head for the 19th spot, with Oldsmobile 442 and Dodge Charger Hemi 69 showcasing their skills on the track. Irafael is making a move on Chieftain X, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Electroprairie is catching up to Okeoki 3, closing in by 3.4 seconds. Moki is continuing to close in on Super LaCroix, reducing the gap by another 2 seconds. Moki is making some impressive moves, narrowing the distance to Super LaCroix by 2.1 seconds. Electric Murray is making strides, cutting the distance to Okayoki 3 by 230 seconds. Komodo 3 and Sir Ironbot are fiercely competing for the 7th spot in their respective Chevrolet, Corvette C2 ZC6 and Holden Monaro GTS 73. Jasak 72 is gaining on Kazushuk, reducing the gap by 5.2 seconds. Okayoki 3 now in P2 after overtaking Electric Murray. Electric Murray now in P3 after passing Chieftain Axe. Sidrak Basayanen. Vinti Chayan Pates. Komodo 3 P13. Famaka has now advanced to the 14th position, successfully passing Sir Ironbot. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Lacrosse on 1980 are currently engaged in a tight duel for the 24th place. Deca the Snake making some moves, now in P13 after overtaking 4 cars, Komodo 3 closing in fast, on Dakota Snake, narrowing the gap by 27.7. Nukem Bokum climbing up to P9, passing Deofos in the process. One-Sirius Guy advances to P20, surpassing New Texan the Tidale. New Texan secures P21, overtaking Ruckman. Bakwasan 1980 makes a move to P23, passing Duff Dad from Team Life for speed. Ruckman is on the move, cutting Snikufa 115's lead by 21.2 seconds. Ruckman closing in on Snikufa 115 with determination. While CB making moves, now in P24, after overtaking Lacrosse 1 1980. Maya advances to 16th place, passing Bobado.Tidium. Both from Team Blast, they're in a tight race for that position. Super Lacroix climbs to 28th place, overtaking Cholera Divina, that thing. Kalalo 7 is making a significant move, closing in on Anonymous Ninity 3 by a whopping 48.4 seconds. Twitch 5 is also gaining ground on Duff Dad, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. It seems like Kalalo 7 is really on the move today, rapidly closing in on Anonymous Ninity 3. Deofos is making a move, closing in on Nukambukum by 240 seconds. Moki is swiftly making gains on Sibylla Craw, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Sirarimbot has successfully overtaken Komodo 3, moving up the ranks. Komodo 3 in the Chevrolet Corvette C2-6, and Sirarimbot from Team Death Robots in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 are fiercely contesting the 14th position. The battle between these two competitors is heating up as they navigate the track. Roadhog 29,389 gains ground, surpassing Bobardo from Team Blast for 17th place. The Oldsmobile 442 of Roadhog 29,389 and the Holden Monaro GTS 73 of Bobardo are fiercely contesting the 17th spot. Neotexum is making a move on with Serious Guy, closing in by 3.3 seconds. Putidero is gaining on Roadhog 29,309, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Lockross 1980 has advanced to P24, surpassing Waxy B. A tight duel for P24 between Lacrosson 1980 in a Dodge Challenger RT70 and Waxy B in a BMW 3 CSL Dolce. Greniyeb and Cedric are fiercely contesting for the 6th position on the track. Greniyeb and Cedric are locked in a tight battle for 6th place. Meanwhile, Coloradivina and Moki are fighting it out for the 28th position, with Coloradivina in a Fiat 131 at Bath and Moki in a Ford Maverick 70. Roadhog 29,389 advances to 17th place, making a move on Bobardo. The Oldsmobile 442 and Holden Monaro GTS 73 are dueling for the 17th spot. Buchicero is gaining ground on Bobardo, reducing the difference by 3.4 seconds. Serious Guy is now just 3.5 seconds behind Roadhog 29,389. Snaku 5515 is narrowing the gap to Neotexum by 4.6 seconds. Duffdad is gaining on Ruckman, reducing the gap to 2.2 seconds. Sirarenbot successfully advances to 14th place, surpassing Komodo 3. The battle for the 14th position continues between Sirarenbot in a Holden Monaro GTS 73 and Komodo 3 in a Chevrolet Corvette C2 Tuxtit. Electric Murray is making gains on Okayoki 3, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Lacroisson 1980 is also closing in on Snickerful 15, narrowing the distance by 2.5 seconds. Race dynamics are shifting with these calculated moves. Electric Murray takes over P2 from Okayoki 3. While Nukem Bochum advances to Pate, passing Amy in the process. Chieftain Axe has now stormed into second place after a successful overtake on Electric Murray. Chieftain Axe is now just 88.3 seconds behind Quack Daddy 2, making some serious moves. And Ayarafale is climbing up to P3 by passing Electric Murray. Action-packed race unfolding here. Electric Murray has climbed to 6th place, overtaking Cedric, while Dierfos has advanced to 9th place, surpassing Greninja. Famoka from Nafgum Kings is catching up to Electric Murray of Quark Express, reducing the difference by 4.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Butchie Zero has advanced to 17th place, successfully passing Bobado. The Shelby GTR 569 driven by Butchie Zero is now in a close contest with Bobardo's Holden Monaro GTS 73 for that 17th spot. Anonymous 3 is making a strong push towards Mistone 149, shortening the distance by 5.1 seconds. Nukem Bochum has smoothly climbed to P9, passing Greninjab in the process. The duel for P9 is heating up between Nukem Bochum in the Plymouth GTX 67 and Greninjab in the Shelby G569. Rootman has advanced to 21st place, overtaking Lacroixon 1980. Lacroixon 1980 now in 22nd after passing Walk CB, who is now in 23rd after overtaking Duffdad. Twitch 5 is steadily closing in on Duff Dad from Team Life for speed, narrowing the gap by 13 seconds. Meanwhile, Snaku 515 has advanced to P24, surpassing Le Croissant 1980 from Team Blast Bot. The battle for position continues to intensify as Twitch 5 keeps pressuring Duff Dad for potential overtake. Quack Daddy 2 is struggling, dropping back to P28. Super Lacroix is making gains on Color Divina, narrowing the gap by 21.8 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 is closing in on Milestone 149, reducing the distance by 5.1 seconds. Electric Mary is now in 4th place after overtaking Chieftain Axe. Komodo Freak and Amy are ducking it out for the 12th spot, with Komodo driving a Chevrolet Corvette. C2D6 and Amy in an Oldsmobile 442. Anonymous Ninity 3 is making gains on Miss Stone 149, reducing the distance by 4.8 seconds. Komodo Threak and Maya are neck and neck in the fight for 12th position. Komodo Threak is in a Chevrolet Corvette C22 Zenix, while Maya is piloting a Holden Monaro GTS 73. Moki has overtaken Twitch 5, moving up 1 place. Chieftain Axe has advanced to 4th place, surpassing Electromurray in the process. Famaka is narrowing in on Electric Murray, reducing the distance by 2.4 seconds. Moki is closing in on Twitch 5, shrinking the gap by 3.4 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 is gaining on Milestone 149, closing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Cedric is closing in on Famaka by 3.8 seconds. Quack Daddy 2 is narrowing the gap to Moki by 4.8 seconds. Color Divina and Super Lacroix are locked in a tight battle for the 29th position. Komodo Freak in the Chevrolet Corvette C2Y6 is in a tight tussle with Maya driving the Holden Monaro GTS 73 for the 12th position. Exciting battle shaping up in the middle of the pack. New Texum has made a swift move, advancing to 21st place by passing Wouk CB.T. Snako 515 has made a move, and is now just 2.4 seconds behind Wouk CB.D. Anonymous Nina T3 is now within striking distance of Milestone 149, only 3.7 seconds behind. Moki and Twitch5 are duking it out for the 26th spot, with Moki in the Ford Maverick 70, and Twitch5 in the Fiat 131 Abarth. Anonymous in T3 is rapidly gaining on Milestone 149, reducing the distance by 2.8 seconds. Anonymous Nina T3 has successfully overtaken Milestone 149, securing a higher position on the track. Bobardo and Amy are neck and neck for the 14th position, with Bobardo in a Holden Monaro GTA 73 and Amy in an Oldsmobile 442. Anonymous Nina T3 is making gains on Milestone 149, reducing the gap by 3.4 seconds. Anonymous in the T3 is closing in on Milestone 149, reducing the gap by 5.2 seconds. Cedric is catching up to Famaka, narrowing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Biniab is getting closer to Nukembukam, closing the gap by 2.40 seconds. Electric Murray now holds the 4th position after passing Chieftain Axe. Cedric is gaining on Famaka, reducing the gap by 3 seconds. Maya has advanced to 13th place, surpassing Amy. Famaka now in 5 after overtaking Cedric. Cedric advances to 6, passing Greninjib. Greninjib moves up to C and overtaking Chieftain Axe. Komodo Freak advances to 10th place, passing Decada Snake. Decada Snake climbs to 11th place, overtaking Maya.T. Maya progresses to 12th place, surpassing Amy. Maya has advanced to 12th place, surpassing Amy in the process. Maya and Amy are fiercely competing for the 12th position, with Maya piloting a Holden Monaro GTS 73, and Amy behind the wheel of an Oldsmobile 442. Unzeria's guy has climbed to 17th place, overtaking Buchizero. Buchizero is now just 6.5 seconds behind Roadhog 29, 389. Neotexum is closing in on Buchizero, now only 10.5 seconds behind. Anonymous Ninity 3 is reducing the gap to Milestone 149, now just 5.4 seconds behind. Cedric is catching up to Famaka, reducing the gap by 22.6 seconds. Lacroixon 1980 has climbed to P22, overtaking Duffdad in the process. Higlitchu is making a strong push towards Duffdad, cutting the gap by 14.8 seconds. Kalala 7 is charging towards Anonymous Ninity 3, reducing the distance by 39.5 seconds. Wauxi B is on the move, advancing to P22, after overtaking Snooker 515. Exciting developments on the track. Greeninjeb is closing in on Cedric, reducing the gap by 3.7 seconds. Nukambokum is chasing down Bobado, narrowing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Maya makes a strong move up to 12th place, passing Dakota Snake. Meanwhile, Dakota Snake and Diophos are locked in a heated battle for 13th place, with Dakota Snake in a Lancia Stratos and Diophos in a Shelby G5 169. Anonymous Ninity 3 is rapidly catching up to Milestone 149, reducing the distance between them by 5.6 seconds. The chase is on. Famaka and Greninjib are neck and neck as they battle for the 6th position. Famaka is handling a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, while Greninjib is commanding a Shelby GT 569. In a swift move, New Kembokum has advanced to the 15th spot, successfully passing Decoder Snake. Sirironbot has successfully advanced to the 7th position by overtaking Greninjib on the track. Bobardo now in P13, passing Quetzalcoatl on the track. Nukem from Team Death Robots and Bobardo are fiercely contesting the 14th position. Nukem in the Plymouth GTS 67 is holding his ground against Bobardo in the Holden Monaro GTS 73. It's a thrilling duel unfolding in the middle of the pack. Welcome back, Kamikaze 38. Great to have you back in the fast lane with us. Anonymous Nina T3 is closing in on Mistone 149, reducing the gap by 5.2 seconds. Sirironbot has made a move up to Seven, passing Greninjib. Nukem has advanced to P13, overtaking Maya in the process. Okayoki 3 is rapidly closing in on Ararafael, reducing the gap by 4 seconds. Famaka is also making gains on Cydric, decreasing the distance by 2.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Delphos is catching up to Nukem from Team Death Robots, narrowing the gap by 4 seconds. The competition is heating up as these racers strive for better positions. Chieftain X has advanced to Pate, surpassing Sirironbot in the process. Snako 515 from Team Racing Potatoes is steadily catching up to Ruptman, reducing the gap by 51 seconds. Kalalozovan is swiftly closing in on Anonymous Nitty 3, shortening the distance by 38.2 seconds. Nukem has made a move up to Pelivan, successfully passing Komodo 3. Chieftain Axe edges past Famaka to secure the 6th position in a Dodge Challenger RT70 vs Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta Showdown. Sirironbot advances to 8th place after overtaking Greninjib. Aton. Dimarinu said, "Hey Amy, how is the race going?" "Hey yeah. The race is intense, we're on the final stretch with some close battles happening." Stay tuned for the exciting finish. Lacron 1980 continues to close in on Ruckman, reducing the gap by another 6.9 seconds. Amy is making gains on Groningen, closing the distance by 3 seconds. Lacroisson 1980 is still chasing down Ruckman, narrowing the gap by 6.9 seconds once again. Famaka and Groningen are fiercely contesting the 7th position. Famaka's Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta is up against Groningen's Shelby G569. Meanwhile, Mapleloft is steadily gaining on Coloradovina, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Okayoki 3 has made a strong move into 2nd place, passing Electric Mary with a well-executed overtake. Series guy from Team No Name Racing advances to 16 by overtaking Dakota Snake. The Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta battles the Lancia Stratos for 16 Torornai. Mapleloft is making gains on Coloradovina, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Anonymous Nina T3 is now within 7.2 seconds of Milestone 149. The marker is closing in on Groningen, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Roadhog 29309 is closing in on Dakota Snake, narrowing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Roadhog Y9389 makes a move, advancing to 17th place by overtaking Tiki Dursney. Both are now locked in a battle for that position. Lacroisson 1980 is steadily gaining on Ruckman, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Okayoki 3 made a bold move to claim P2 from Electric Mary. The two are now locked in a fierce battle for the position. Meanwhile, Deofus made a strong push, overtaking Bobardo to secure P13. Kazashuk is making a strong push, narrowing the gap to Mapleaf by 40.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Lokwarson 1980 is closing in on Ruckman, shortening the distance by 2.5 seconds. Kazashuk continues to impress, once again reducing the gap to Mapleaf by 40.6 seconds. Okayoki 3 and Electric Marion neck and neck for the second position. Quack Duddy 2 is making a strong move towards Ruckman, closing in by 2.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Twitch 5 and Super Lacura are fighting hard for the 28th spot in this intense race. Maya has advanced to 14th place, surpassing Bobardo. Amy and Farmaka are competing fiercely for the 9th position, with Farmaka driving a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta and Amy in an Oldsmobile 442. Daikai Snake and Bulky Zero from Team Quark Express are contending for 18th place, with Dakota Snake in a Lancia Stratos and Bulky Zero in a Shelby GT5 169. Lastly, Ruckman and Quackduddy 2 are battling for 22nd place, with Ruckman in a Lancia Stratos and Quackduddy 2 in a Shelby G5 169. Anonymous Ninity 3 is making a big move on Jasak 72, closing the gap by a significant 11.9 seconds. Maya has climbed up to P13 by passing Komodo 3 Gantati. Neotexum is slowly catching up to Butchazero, reducing the gap by 3 seconds. Neotexum is now just 2.4 seconds behind Butchazero, with a strong chase. Moki is making gains on Ruckman, closing in by 2.6 seconds. The battle for positions intensifies as these drivers push their limits. Nukem Bokum claims a 10th spot from Famaka in a Plymouth GTX 67 versus Ferrari 250 DT Berlinetta showdown. Roadhog 29,389 also makes a move to 16th place, passing Wazirius Guy in the race. Bujitero advances to position 18, passing Decadur Snake in the process. Anonymous Ninity 3 is making gains on Jasak 72, closing the distance by 2.9 seconds. New Texum now in 19th place after passing Dicker de Snake. Snickle 515 and Duff Dad are neck and neck fighting for 23rd. While CB is gaining on Ruckman, decreasing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Duff Dad has made a slick move, advancing to P23 by overtaking Snicker 515. La Croissant 1980 is now within striking distance of Decker de Snake, cutting the gap to just 3 seconds. Cedric and Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes are fiercely contesting for the 3rd spot. Green Jeb is steadily catching up to Chieftain Axe, reducing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Komodo Freak is on the move, closing in on Bobardo from Team Blast, cutting the distance by 2.2 seconds. La Croissant 1980 is closing in on Dakota Snake, cutting the gap by 2.5 seconds. Anonymous 93 is also gaining on Jessak 72, closing the distance by 2.4 seconds. La Croissant 1980 is steadily gaining on Dakota Snake, cutting the distance by 2.1 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 is making headway on Jessak 72, closing in by 2.2 seconds. Electromurray is now just 2 seconds behind AR Raphael, making a strong move in this race. La Croissant 1980 is rapidly gaining on Dakota Snake, shrinking the difference by 2.1 seconds. Anonymous 93 is quickly catching up to Jessak 72, reducing the margin by 3.1 seconds. Hey there, Jonas Viva 94. Welcome back to the racetrack. Great to have you joining us again. Let's buckle up and enjoy the AI race together. Racing car checkered flag hash. Welcome back, Jonas 94.